Oh yeah, we're back. We're back and doing the stuff again. It's fixing the fixes in today in Adventures in Stereo Recording. Ray. Okay, it has taken me an hour today to work out how to use all this stuff. I don't even know if it's still properly working. I'm going to check. I'm going to go to Google. I'll go to YouTube. This isn't normally the machine I do streaming on. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge, let's just say. No, look, apparently it's operational. There we go. All right, so like I've gone high-tech this time and I've... Look, ooh, it's me. It's your boy MJeb. I don't even know if the sound levels are right for this, but let's recap where we were. Okay. So we brought this one out of long-term storage. Thank you, Ben, for having all the stems and having a good backup regime. And I've been kind of looking for the last part to actually make this all work. Anyway, Paul Serrani tried some guitar and it didn't work. And then Hawkeye tried some sax and it seemed a bit conservative. But then he sent me 6 parts of sax and it kind of... I decided we were just going to finish the song with what we had because why not? So just to recap, let's have a listen to what we got. Because what I've done since we were last together on this one, I'm still mixing Liquidator, by the way, and it's definitely showing the limits of my skill and understanding. You know, the fun of growth. Okay, so what I have done is here, this is all the stuff that Mr. Hawk has sent in, and I thought I'd actually just get prepped. So it's all now one nice colour. And so I want to extend this song a bit because there's a really cool middle bit, and I don't think I'm making enough of it yet. But some of that's so kind of fiddly and boring that, yeah, I'm not necessarily going to do all that with you. But I think everything is right for this song now in terms of all the parts are there. I think I've just kind of got to fiddle with it a bit. Yeah, anyway, all right, so let's just have a listen to the new stuff that Hawkeye has sent me because it's cool. All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I am definitely going to have to remove his 1, 2, 3, 4s, but I'm tempted to leave them for a bit, but no, let's just say they're in time. All right, there we go. Oh. Am I clipping anything off? No. It's kind of cute, though. Hang on, let's listen. Just this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, everything seems a little out of time, but it's not really. I think it's actually just phrasing. Okay, so here we are. Here are the, as you can see, here are the 6 parts that he has done. Let's just make them a bit bigger, a bit easier to see. And now put them together and see what we got. Okay, started a bit far out. Here we go. Look, cup of coffee. Oh, that's great. Now, I haven't really done much in the way of EQ. I think I just borrowed some of the stuff I'd already put on the tuba. So let's have a look at what I've done. I've put in a neutron.
2, 3, 4.
Okay. Big brass warmer. Yeah, it's not so bad. Let's put a channel strip in there as well. Yeah, channel strip. Let's do that one. Whack you to the top. And what have we got there? Let's just do a default. All right. That'll probably bump the levels up a bit. had some verb on there. Let's have a listen. Let's add a little bit of verb. What have we got? We've got large, bright hall, and it's quite far down, so it's not too much verb. Let's have a listen now with a verb on it. Okay. So let's add it. Let's start. If all the bits are right, then it's now a matter of managing the bits. So let's put that together with the tuba bus. So here's all the stuff from Kaz. And we'll put the drums in as well. That's kind of cool, but let's have a listen to that. So firstly, we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 from Mr. Hawk. Let's just clip that off, shall we? Now there's a really rich sound, and I want to isolate what it's coming from. So let's get rid of that and do it track by track. Yeah, that's great. That's baritone sax. Now let's see what happens when I put the tubas in. Okay, so it's the tubas are now too low. Looks like I clipped that for some reason. I wonder why. They sound a bit kind of...
Two, three, four. Two, three, four.
Oops, went to the wrong spot. Okay, so there's obviously a couple more tubas in there. All right, that seems a bit low. So what we'll do is we'll copy down to the next track, which appears to be muted. Let's just line them up. Close enough for the moment. Okay, that sounds better. It sounds a bit richer. I wonder why I was I've thinned some of that out. See, I think I've been a bit lost in the mixing on this one. I don't mind that. Let's turn the snapping on. That'll make moving things easier. Okay. All right, so really what we want to do now is let's stop soloing that so much and let's just do let's have a listen to bass, drums and the horn section. Here we go.
2, 3, 4.
Still seems like that actually all has to come up. Because I think that baritone sax is just so strong. If we have a look at the waveform, yeah, it's pretty ballsy. All right, let's just go to the mixer. I'll move this over here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've marked that there. That's down at -2. Let's bring that up. Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, the baritone is still dominant, so we'll drop you down a little bit, shall we? Not that I'm in a big hurry. It's such a good sound. Let's try this.
2, 3, 4.
Nope. I've got to bring that other stuff up. The tuba needs to come up. Casbo was willing to try and do things that the tuba doesn't normally do. Okay, that's the whole thing. So let's just bring up 1, 2, 3. I'll bring you guys up. Let's see what we get now.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, so that's tuba, tuba, tuba. Let's have a look at what we've actually got on there. Okay, I've got a channel strip, which is cool. Do I have verb on here? I do. How much verb have I got? Not a lot. I'll bring it down. We'll go have a look at these smaller parts too. Nah. All right, let's try.
2, 3, 4.
Timing's just a little off between them too. Let's just have a look here. Yep. All right, let's turn the snapping off so I can get some fine detail. Now this is assuming that Michael's out and that my placement was okay. So let's just hear them against the drums. There isn't a fourth note there. Okay. There's Michael's very helpful 1, 2, 3, 4, which we will ditch. Trying to work out what this song would develop into. I've got this tremendous horn sound, which I hadn't planned on, but okay, so I'm getting some peaking on some of those. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. So, all right, that's okay. We'll figure out what's going on with the drums in a minute. But why am I getting peaking on the tuba? Oh, because it's been marked as pretty hot. Okay, let's take that to 0. No. All right, let's put those to 0 and let's 0 all of that. Okay, so what I'm doing at the moment is here in the mixer, I'm now going to set everything at a 0 level. Now, normally when I'm mixing, I set the drums to 0 and I set the vocals to 0, and nothing is meant to be higher than that. I believe it's called subtractive mixing, which is what they taught me with Uncle Keith and Alan and all the guys who knew what they were doing. Okay. All right. I think we are. Okay, so that baritone is very dominant. which is there. Let's bring you down. Okay. All right, let's put all of the horns together. Yow. That would be the tenor. Okay, tenor, tenor, tenor. You are going to have to come down, kiddo. I need tenor. There we go. Drop that down a bit. So I think I can trim. So I have to ungroup that, figure out where he's counting himself in, and get rid of the bits where we don't need that. All right, there you go. I think there's one more 1, 2, 3, 4 in there, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there it is. And away we go. You see, I don't want to do too much yet. Because really at the moment I just want to get the balance of the sounds, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to go through and just move some of these baritone parts a little. In fact, why muck around? If they're all slightly forward, let's bring them back a bit. Okay, so there's a few 1, 2, 3, 4s here. That's cool. Bother. Okay, where is 1, 2, 3, 4s? There we go. There we go. So it'll be... No. He's got lots of parts here. I have to do these individually. This is definitely a thing for people who like detail. Okay, there we go. That ought to be almost all of them. Yeah, all right, let's run it again. That just seems to... All right. I grouped these things for ease earlier. Okay. I might be the only person that actually likes the tuba freestyle thing here. Hawkey does too. Mr. Wizard not so much. Not sure about Teo, but... all right, well, my first objectives are achieved. Now the horns are sort of balanced. I found out where one of them wasn't quite in sync. We fixed that. Let me have a look here. All right. Okay, so I guess the next thing is we've got the drums in, we've got the bass in, we got the horns, lots of horns. Now, what else we got here? We've got the guitars. Now, I think the key to this is this acoustic guitar. So in the acoustic guitar department, we have, now this is done by Michael Rosenthal, so this would have been 2017. Let's have a look. Let's actually just get rid of everything else except for the guitars. I like that. What's on it? Not much. So, because this was recorded at Ben's, this has all been done very well. And it's using his channel bus, which is why I wasn't putting a channel bus on the other things. I think this needs a bit of verb. What have I got on it? Oh, it's already got reverb. Let's have a look what we've got. We put a channel strip on already. Not strictly necessary. Acoustic guitar. Pretty basic equalization. And a fairly decent amount of reverb, but it's a default reverb. All right, let's try. So that one's the Nashville guitar. So let's just listen to the Nashville guitar by itself. Oh, Hotel California. Okay, that's good, but somebody, which would have been me, that's there to reinforce it. Okay, there's the full part. Let's have a listen to the two parts together. Okay, so I've put almost no reverb on that, but then I've put in a channel here with reverb on it to enhance some parts. So let's listen to the what I think is an enhancement. Okay, so that's me deciding to improve the arpeggiation. Okay, so that needs to be wound back a little bit. Yeah, because otherwise if that reverb continues on into the other part, it starts to be silly. So okay, so having discovered that I've made that error there, it's worth checking that part now. Okay, a little bit of gunk. Oh, this is what Paul had me pull out. All right, that's in the middle 8. Okay, all right, well, let's just fix his other parts. There's a little bit of click and thump in that. Yeah, some musicians with real instruments. Okay, so that's the Nashville part. That's kind of cleaned up now. Let's put the acoustic guitar part in. You can see here there's some volume dropping. And we'll come back to that in a minute. But the first thing we'll do is, today, we've now got the new saxophone parts and sections in place. Everything's kind of right. So we'll just review the parts and then we'll start bringing them together. All right, here we go. So I'm all right with those. I can get rid of the... Okay. You guys are cool. Then there's something here marked Guitar 1. Oh, because that's the heading thing for it. All right, let's see what's in it. And piff that stuff. Okay, what we got here? We got... Guitar 1. Now later on over here you can see I've started working on the middle 8 part, or not the middle 8 part. I like this bit so much I want to extend it. Oh yeah. That is such a fabulous noise. You know, it's somewhere in the Pete Townsend White City kind of vibe. All right. So let's have a listen to what we've got here in this guitar part. Okay, you're fine. There's nothing I need to do there. All right. So that's the vocals, which we're kind of all right with. What the heck is this part? Oh, this is the stuff from Paul that I killed. Man, I chopped it to bits. I wonder what it is. Right. So what I've decided to do, because I like these parts, but I didn't like them in situ, because you have to kind of make a choice between, is it the tuba and the horns, or is it the guitar? However, I think it's a good part, so what I've done is I've moved it to the side so that I can use it for an extended version. Yeah, okay, so we know what that is. We'll give that a different colouring. Because it might be that I save this as a new version so I don't muck anything up. All right, second guitar part. Let's have a listen to this. So far we've got acoustic guitar, Paul's good, so that would be Michael Rosenthal. That'd be Paul. There's the vocals. Guitar 2. Okay, so that would be Michael Rosenthal as well, and I think I'd sort of bump that down because it was just too squealy, and I'm starting to feel a bit Hawaii 5-0 about this song, but oh well. So what else is in there? Because I might actually drop that out. not loving that sound. Let's see what else is in there. No. Okay, so that's just there to reinforce the front, which is fine. So, yeah, okay. And now we're onto our drum bus. Okay, looks like the snare top is clipping a bit. Let's have a look at what we've put on this. What clever things did I put on here? I put on a snappy acoustic and put it into a default channel. Let's try that to snare. There we go. See if that helps. Boo, boo, boo. That's not what I like. Boo. What is that noise? Boo. No, we don't want that. That was not a good move. Undo that. Let's try this. Okay, that was all right, but is it just too hot? Okay, so let me explain a key difference between old mixing and mixing for people like me these days with the new robots. So, here we go. This is an equalizer. The equalizer would be represented by, hang on, and I'll bring this mixing thing out here. On a regular desk in the old analog days, there'd be lots of extra little buttons for high frequencies, mid frequencies, and so on. And then you would twist the frequency knobs until you got what you wanted. You can also visually represent, see, this is the frequency range. These are the lower frequencies here, 60 hertz, going all the way up to what we can hear as humans, over the 10,000 hertz mark. I think we go up to like 18,000 or something. I'd have to Google that. Anyway, each of these is the equivalent of twiddling the knobs. So for this particular preset equalization, it's marked as snappy acoustic, which in this case is represented by getting rid of all the bottom frequency stuff there and then dropping a little bit out here and a little bit out there. And you could tell the difference before. When we had a different EQ on it, we kind of got this boom noise from the snare, which I didn't like. So a lot of these devices or these new preset filters are making the same sorts of choices that engineers who know what they're doing would make, just under, sort of, it's not exactly one size fits all, but it certainly gets you closer than having to twiddle the individual knobs. Anyway, so let's just have a listen to the drums again. Here we go. Okay, I'm clipping on that snare top. So before, was it the snare bottom? What am I on? I'm snare top. No, it's the same thing. It's clipping. And it's clipping by, you can see here, it is clipping by 0.6, and it's already been dropped a bit. So let's bring it down again. Oh, whoa, that was way too much. Oh, let's try that. What the heck is so hot that it's causing that hot spot? All right, let's try again. Okay, you can see it on the waveform here. Because Teo is a living, breathing person, not all of his hits on the drums are going to be the same. Now, when you sort of zoom in, you can see where the strike is much hotter. So all this stuff that I'm doing here is the really unexciting stuff that you do. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to drop the audio on that just a bit. There we go. There. That's a heck of a place to be. And sometimes it's not necessarily the individual instrument you're looking at, it's the sum of the instruments. So let's solo that so we can see. Okay, so my clipping is not coming from No, in fact it was. It was just a little hit before the actual strike. But it had some little frequency in it that made things very unhappy. All right, let's let that go. Snare's pretty dominant, which I'm fine with, but anyway, let's just, we'll skip along a bit. Oh, there we go, there's another one. What the heck was that? Oh, that sounds like a muff. That sounds like a Mr. Wonders. Yeah, that looks like... Bump, 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 blumph. Bump, 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 blumph, blumph. Do we have a mishit on the kick? Let's have a look at this. We've got a blah, 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 blah. What the heck is that? That is funky. All right, let's do a little bit of surgery. Bump, bump, bum. What's wrong with that? Yeah, no. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, so I think they're both too forward. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. It's a little kind of funky, isn't it? All right, let's clip that. I don't know what that is. Alright. Okay, here we go. I don't even know what that is, but we'll just... Well, how did I wind up with another flip and flip? Some sort of bump. Okay, let's just zoom in a bit. No, it's just something. All right, well, let's do the devil's work here. Is it in this? It's not in the hi-hats. Let's just pull that kick drum out. So we'll just cut that. See, one little tip here is if you cut it and you don't notice that it's not there, you can say it wasn't needed. Otherwise, and not during the streaming session, I will have to come back there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a marker down. Marker. And that one's going to be Teo Fluffer. I make far, 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 far more mistakes than Mr. Vondas ever does, but that's just one of them. Bump, bump, bump. No, that's a full kit fluff. Something's definitely happened there, and I'm not going to try to fix all that now, but I've noticed it, which is good. So bump bump blur. It's like that hit's been rushed or something. There's error all through that. So I think I'm actually going to have to okay. So we're back on track by there. So I've marked it. I'll leave that. I'll have to come back to repair that part. So I think that part's meant to be like this part. So it's kind of got to be doof 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 doof. So we're going to need to replace that bit, but I won't worry about that to start with. We'll just get through to the end of it. I've marked where it is. Hang on, I had another overload there. Oh, let's zoom in. Seems to be this snare is just the problem child. All right. Something there. All right, let's find that. doesn't seem to be too hot. Okay, fix it. Now, I have taken to recording Teo without the cymbals because he loves the cymbals and I get that cymbal wash everywhere. Okay, so drums are going to need a little bit of cut and paste repair there, but that's going to take me a minute. I won't do it while I'm doing this. Let's have a listen to the bass. So just the bass by itself. Now this would be Bill Williams on bass. Here we go. I don't know why I've got all those scoops out. So let's get rid of the scoops from the levels and see what I've got. Everything seems to be okay. I don't know why I scooped the volume on that stuff. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Okay, so now everything's going to be too loud and I'm not going to be giving preference to the parts. So when you're mixing stuff, sometimes your ear sticks with one instrument and I call that the hero instrument. And sometimes you want to turn some stuff up and some stuff down. We're not doing that yet. Now, these are all the parts that I think are going to be in the song, and I've got to make a mix from what I've got. So let's put it together, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start probably going to the mixer to turn parts up and down. All right, but let's start with this. Here we go. Let me make sure I've got... Yep. Try to reduce the size of some of that stuff. Guitar, Hawkey, tuba, solo tuba. Okay. So let me just check which part this one is. Okay, so this is Paul. PR. Lead 1. Okay, those are the acoustic guitars. Those are Paul's guitars. This would be, let's just double check this one. Oh, no, that's mostly gone. That's just guitar 2, which is Emma reinforcement. Okay. Drum, sub bass, 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 Hawkey, which for the sake of argument is sax. All right, here we go. Something's too hot down here. What's too hot down here? The tuba bus itself is too hot, and the solo tuba bus. What's that set at? It's set at 0, and that's set at 0. Okay, so now I've got to find out which is the thing that's too hot. No, it's a summing issue. All right, which just means the whole lot of it's too hot. So let's bring you down. It's up by 1.7, so we'll bring you down by... Oops. I'll bring you down by 1.7. There we go. Okay, first thing is, vocals are way too hot. Let's have a look what we got on the vocals. We got 3 layers of the same damn vocal. And what's my bet? My bet is that... Okay, there we go. I've got different EQs on the vocal. So let's take these down a little bit. What's it set at? The vocals are set at 0. Okay. Let's drop this down a little. Oops. That's probably too much. And I think the tuba bus needs some verb. What's it at? 8. That's done. Sometimes I find it easier to do it to ridiculous levels so I know whether it's going to work or not. So let's bring that up. It was at 8. Let's bring that up to 25. Now, I think the acoustic guitar is important here. What's that set at? That's set at minus... Okay, so I'm bringing the acoustic guitar up. And I'll just bring my start point. I'll bring my start point forward a little.
Everybody knows and no one's talking about it. The fix is in. The fix is in. Everyone is gonna tell you about it. So what you gonna do about it? Laugh about it. Cry about it. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Okay, so already that, let's go into Hawkey's stuff. So that little tenor, that's fine. We can the loud, the what do you call it, the higher bit. Let's see. Okay, so there you are. You are too hot. You can even see it from the waveform. You compare that waveform to the one above, you can see that's massively bigger. So we are going to drop you down, but we might actually do it from here. Let's just drop the waveform down a little until it looks a little bit more like its friends. There we go. All right, see what we get when we put that together.
About it. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Okay, now we're going to pan that one. I've already got another bump on the snare. That's all right. I'll spend a separate session on that. So, okay, so you, I think, want to be panned. We're going to put you off to the left.
About it. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Tayo's calling. Hey, Tayo, I'm just doing a streaming session. Hello.
Yep, no worries.
Doing a streaming session, fixing your drums.
Okay. No worries. I love it when you fixing my drums or fixing other drums.
No. I'm fixing your drums. You in Fixes In.
Oh,
There's
fixes it. Yeah. Yeah, I really played on that one.
yeah, but there's like some sort of kick drum thing where you've gone lump bump bump.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I move to that point, I'll be fixing it. But don't worry, I'm not going to run this session too much longer. But I shall call you afterwards. You see, this is people is how you know we're live. All right, I'll talk to you shortly. Bye. All right, so
About it. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Everybody's gonna get a piece of the action. The fix is in. The fix is in.
all right, I'm going to. Every time you pass through these things, you go over them and over them and over them, and every time you shave off a little bit or you sand a bit down, it's very craftsman-like stuff. I'm going to do little things as I hear them, like, for example, I've just put some additional reverb, which you would have seen me do that, on this tenor, because I've got to space the instruments out in a way that sounds kind of logical. Well, I don't want to say logical. Sounds correct to the ear. And at the moment, that tenor, because I talked about the hero instrument, it's such a little, hey, pay attention to me. It needs to be just off in the background a little bit. So let's put a little bit of verb on it. See what yeah. Too much verb, but that's kind of nice.
Everybody's gonna get a piece of the action. The fix is in. The fix is in. Guaranteed to get you satisfaction. All you gotta do is keep your mouth.
Now, you can tell why I needed to reinforce that little arpeggiation that's on the guitars, because there's a lot going on there. But if you actually, and I'll draw your attention to it by finding it. Yeah, it's this bit here, this little thing. It's so pretty. He's such a good finger picker, Mr. Rosenthal. All right, let's be a little bit cheeky and bump that up. I'm also going to add, I think, a bit more reverb to the sax section, which is there at, was it 9? Let's put that up to 17. All right, here we go.
All you gotta do is keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Come on now, you know you're only human.
Now the tenor's too low there. So we're going to go back to the volume and we're going to bump that part. Okay, let's try that. Oh yeah. Now before I had in all these things here, you see I've dropped the levels on it all. I'm going to turn that back up because I like that guitar. I may regret this and may undo it almost instantly afterwards, but let's get rid of that.
Don't say nothing. Come on now, you know you're only human.
Yeah, I got a bit clever on the panning, I think, for Paul's guitar there, and I think I'm wrong. Yeah, you can see me. Look at how clever this guy is. Oh, he's got the panning going everywhere. Yay, what a clever clogs. And I don't like it. I don't mind the movement. I think actually sometimes that's... but I think that's just way too much. All right, let's try that section again.
Hey brother, did you hear the commotion? The word is out. The word.
God, that part's so good. I just need more of it.
Hey brother, did you?
So let's just bum ba-dum bum bum ba-da. I'm gonna sing it up an octave. Da 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 da. That's straight out of American football marching bands, and it's just brilliant. I've just got to say, for the meme studies people, that sounds like the Hawk Tour girl. Anyway, moving on from there before I regret that one too. Here we go. Let's put the other rising parts in there. See, I think I've got to find a way to reinforce that. Okay. Give me all the parts there. I hear a little 2, 3, 4 there from Mr. Hawk. Okay, I'll just clip that bit. Not any more little 2, 3, 4s in there, are there? Oops. Yep, looks like it. Just a couple of little ones there, clean. Okay, well, it could be like me, you find this very relaxing. I don't know, it's possible. Dave said to me it feels very Bob Ross, but I don't think I'm in Bob Ross's company. But I do like his show. All right. There's another one. La bingo. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, I think I'm going to have to separately find a way to bump that up, But I'm actually thinking I might need to do something weird to it, like put in an octava or something. But, we'll leave that for separate things. I think I've already tried it. All right.
In motion. I'm telling you, you best remember who your friends are, who your friends are. You know that we ain't going nowhere.
Well, that about brings us to an end of another session of Adventures in Stereo recording. I've got some cleanup to do on this. Once again, on our Patreon feed, I will be putting up all of these samples as I share them with the rest of the band. And I look forward very much to having your company again next time. And I'll leave you with a little bit of this as we head out.
Everybody knows and no one's talking about it. The fix is in. The fix is in. Everyone is gonna tell you about it. So what you gonna do about it? Laugh about it. Cry about it. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
And we will see you again next time on Adventures in Stereo Recording. Ooh.